So it's the middle of summer. We're pulling Lindy rigs for walleyes. I tell you right now, these fish, they are on the bite something fierce. Yep, there he goes. These fish are on it. There he is. And they're fairly easy to find this time of year. They're on really prime pieces of structure all across the lake. And I'm telling you, man, if you're not out in the middle of summer fishing for walleyes, you're really missing out, because they are putting up one heck of a fight, and they are a blast. And they usually all schooled up right now, so you find one, you're gonna find 3, 4, 5, 6 more of them, and you can really put a hurt bag on them. Oh, they are strong fish. Just the pure size of these fish that we have in the Perham area around here are just unreal. The stocking efforts and the programs the DNR's implemented have led some of the best walleye. Oh, I missed him. There, I got him. We have such an amazing fisheries around here. Come here, big girl. She can have it. I mean, just look at that. That's an average walleye around this area. That's 20, 21, maybe 22-inch fish right there. That's average. People go all over the world just to catch fish that are 14, 15, 16 inches. We got them right here in the Perham area. And I'm going to go through some tips and tricks around the Perham area on how to find, locate, and catch these fish all summer long. So I just let that fish go. I'm going to retie up my Lindy rig, and I'm going to kind of go through how I make my Lindy rigs. And of course you can buy them, and there's a bunch of different styles with spinners and that. But I like to use the plain Jane Lindy rig, and it's never let me down. It works awesome. So what I got here is I've got about a 7 or so foot piece of line, 6-pound test. Then I'm going to tie a barrel swivel on to the end of that. And I like to use a polymer knot. It's the knot I've always used. It's a really good knot, really strong, and fairly quick to tie. Your hands aren't wet. Make sure that knot cinches up good and tight. Cut the tag end off. Now that's going to be your base. That's going to be your actual Lindy. Then what you've got on your main line here is I've got a 3/8 ounce bullet sinker, and then underneath that comes out. Underneath that I got a bead in there, and basically the bead's just so the sinker's not slamming into the ball swivel. The sinker will hit the bead first, or the barrel swivel first. So after you tie your barrel swivel onto the actual Lindy line, then you can go ahead and tie that barrel swivel to your main line. Pull her through tight, flip off the tag. Now you got your basis, and what I usually do, my rule of thumb is about 6 feet, about an arm's length. Then I'll take I use number 2s for crawlers and leeches, and I'll go bigger than that for minnows, just so there's more hook exposed. But I don't use any beads, I don't use any floats, I don't use any spinners, just a bare hook. Color hasn't seemed to have been that big a deal. If you're really superstitious, red is the way to go. If you remember from some of my last shows, Lindy rigs are a little different to set the hook on. You got a pretty nice bite going. He grabbed it just like a nice walleye does. I've gotten like 3 or 4 fish with this line, and it's already going bad, and that's just part of that is just the average size of these fish here. But what you want to kind of do is play them a little bit, get them a little bit angry, and then they'll start to take off. Now I got a crawler on here. Switched it up after we went a pass or two with leeches and nothing happened. So I got about a 6, 7, 8 inch crawler on, so I'm giving them a little bit longer than I would with a leech. But I think, do or die, I think he's got it. What you want to do is close this by hand, check your drag, and you want to reel into the fish. There, I got him. Don't reel into the fish, especially in this deep water. Those fish are going to get off because this monofilament slacks so much. The more line you have out, the more slack you get in this line. So that's the biggest key to setting the hook. And then a long sweeping hook set. And the long rod will help you with that. It'll take some fine tuning. You're going to need to catch a lot of fish before you get the hang of it. Practice makes perfect. You hit this right time of year, man, they fight. My wrist is sore. I think I've only caught 3, 4 fish. Let's see what this girl looks like. There she is. Don't like the net. Come on. There she's in. I'll just pull her. They swallow that hook, just give it to them. Let them have it. You'll hurt them more than anything trying to pull it out, but that's just a gorgeous fish. They get such nice colors on them this time of year. And I tell you what, they love Lindy rigs. You learn how to fish Lindy rigs, you're going to catch a bunch of these. Get her back. These fish are on the move. The water's nice and hot. Thermocline's been adjusted. Oh, this guy is dogging. This feels like a pretty big fish. Get my net down here. Tell you what, guys, these midsummer walleyes, it is hard to beat Lindy rigging on prime locations. These fish are on the bite. Jeez. He just took out everything I've made. Holy cow. Now I'm starting to wonder what I got on. Whatever it is, it's not happy that it's hooked. Oh. Summertime big walleyes. This is what it's all about. Look at the size of that guy. Get him unwrapped here. Tell you what, guys, that's a 9-10 pound walleye. These lakes around the Perham area out here, they are just amazing for big walleyes like this. You get on your summertime spots, you get in those right locations with the right time, with those right baits. Lindy rigs are almost always the right baits. You can put some monster walleyes in a boat like this. Wow. We'll get this big girl back. So get out there, find some of those big spots, because these fish are willing to bite. There you go, good girl. That is the Perham Outer Tail Lakes area walleye at its finest. You guys have a good one. We'll see you next week.